Hi, welcome to Sportsbox 3D Studio tutorial. This video will cover how you would use the 3D data, all the numbers that we offer for swing analysis. So let's jump right into this. First, you'll notice that there are numbers tiles along the bottom. These are my favorite tiles to look at. These are called indicators, and indicators are values that are specific to a moment in time, one moment in time during the swing. So chest turn at top is the first tile here. If I click on this, it'll go to the position at which this number is measured. So chest turn value in a tracker format, that number changes throughout the swing, but an indicator tile will show you just one number for the whole swing. I also have pelvis turn at top here, X factor stretch, pelvis sway at impact, and so on and so forth. If you wanted to customize those numbers, you go to this numbers button here, and you'll be able to see that for each of these many categories we have, there is a set of trackers at the top, and then if you scroll down to indicators, you'll be able to see the indicators that we have, kind of easy one-tap numbers for you. So I'm going to get rid of chest turn at top, and maybe I want to know what chest turn in the backswing maximum number is. That number sometimes is different from chest turn at top. And so I'm going to submit, and you'll see that that tile has now turned into chest turn backswing max number here. Similarly for trackers, if I tap that and it turns to gray, you'll take away all the trackers and you can focus on the indicators tiles at the bottom. If you wanted to show how these numbers are moving throughout the swing, maybe you're interested in seeing what that value is at a moment in time that is not available through indicators. So or if you want to see how they move throughout the swing, kind of the range of motion, then you can analyze that through trackers. Same thing, if you go to numbers, you'll be able to select or unselect any of these tracker values. Maybe you're interested in lift numbers, pelvis and chest lift, or head lift if you don't want your student to lift their head too early in the swing. Those are the numbers you would check. In addition, you'll see that there's a little magnifying glass button in our tracker and indicator tiles. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you tap on a tracker magnifying glass. You'll see a graph pop up, and in green is the time series graph of the player's swing that you're analyzing. And then we also show you the pro swing presented in this graph as well. It's just the average, the mean number in our database populated into this graphical format. So you can see how the player is doing at various key positions in the swing against the pro. Same thing if you go to a indicator tile at the bottom and press the magnifying glass, it'll compare you to a pro tour range. And just an FYI, this pro range is one standard deviation from the mean for the database that we have collected. And if you have a female student, it'll compare you to an LPGA Tour database. And you know, we have a driver database and a mid-iron database, so it'll know, but depending on which club you selected for this session, it'll automatically change up the database and the ranges that we show here and compare you against. If you have a male student, it'll show a PGA Tour database driver or mid-iron. Then lastly, if you go to compare mode, you'll be able to see two swings side by side, not just visually, not just in 2D, not just in 3D, but also in numbers. So if I compare myself to Adam Scott here and click on 3D, you'll see the tracker bubbles side by side. So you can see how we differ in our swings at the various different key positions. You'll also notice that these indicator tiles along the bottom have split into two sides. The left side indicating the indicator value for the player on the left, and then the right side for the player on the right. So super easy way to demonstrate the difference between between the player and a pro, or a player before and after doing a drill, or a player from now versus when they were swinging it great 6 months ago and you're trying to diagnose what went, differently, this is an amazing tool for you to use information like this, precise information like this, to calculate the difference and measure the difference or measure the improvement. Hopefully this was really helpful for you. Check out our other tutorials for other features that we offer in Sportsbox Studio.